let's start. Pravo Yahvam Purunam Visham Devayatinam Agnim Suuktebhih Vachobhih Imahe Yamsim Id Anya Ilate. What is interesting here, in this deconstruction, we are making it properly kind of 8-8, 12-8. And so for that purpose, what we do, we lengthen the puru naam. I make naam as a double syllable. Visham devayati naam, double syllable. You see here in this. You can't see it in the Devanagari, but you can see it in transliteration. So Pravo Yahvam Purunam, the master of many peoples, Visham of the peoples, Purunam of many. Pravo Yahvam, the master, Devayatinam, of those peoples who labor towards the Godhead. This is a typical Vedic word, Devayati. We meet it all the time, and it is always used with people or with souls. Yatra naro devayanto yugani, vitanvate pratibhadraya bhadram. Yatra narach, where the heroic souls of man, devayantach, seeking the divine manifestation. Again, the same word. Here, visham devayatinam, of the Vish, of the people who are seeking the divine manifestation. Devayati literally can be treated as causative from Rudiv, to shine. Yes, those who seek or cause the shining of the divine. Those who want the light of the divine to shine, let us say. Or seek the divine manifestation, basically. We say divine, we say gods, but in Sanskrit it is from Rudiv, to shine, yes? So Deva is the shining being, full of light of consciousness. So that is the God. In our English language, God does not really mean much. We do not know what it is, why God is God, what it does, why he is so special. Gods, many gods, doesn't make any sense. But God and good, maybe we have some association, God and good. But in Sanskrit, it is quite obvious what it is. It's the luminous being with consciousness. So the Vish who are seeking this luminosity of the divine, we add divine, many of them, he of them, Pravo Yahvam, of you, of the many beings, he is Yahweh. Yahweh, Sri Aurobindo here translates as a master, but Yahweh is also the one who is full of energy. We can see here, most probably, Yahweh. Young, ever young, swift, restless, active. These are the meanings from Yahoo. Quite interesting. Yahoo, there is the whole Yahoo.com. So full of energy, full of power. So you are the master, full of energy, of all the beings, of all the peoples, let us say, seeking the divine manifestation. So one word about people, Vish, from the root Vish, to enter. All peoples, all the creatures who are here in this manifestation are considered to be those who entered it, who came from elsewhere. We are all the intruders here. we have a different source from which we came into this manifestation. We are the product of the second creation. If you remember our presentations on creations, the first creation was the layout of all the foundation or the habitat, and then the inhabitants of this habitat are we. We came to it. We brought the light into the darkness, and we are Vish. We are those who are entering. Interesting, yeah. So this idea of Vish, on from here, Vaishya, people. Vaishya means people who are exchanging, who are constantly exchanging energy, delight, traders, traffickers of delight, exchanging services and so on. They are from root Vish, to enter. We all are coming to this world from elsewhere. We are colonizers, as Sri Aurobindo says, or in Savitri. We are the colonizers from another world. In other place, he says about the night, night is not our beginning or our end, nor our end. From light we come to her from the supernal light. By light we live, and to the light we go. So you can see this kind of idea of coming from elsewhere to this night as our habitat. Night is not our beginning, nor our end. We come to her from the supernal light. And this is what Devayantah, this is Devayatinam, the seeking of the divine manifestation here in the night, because we are Vish. We are all those who entered this night. So in these two words, Visham Devayatinam, all that is implied, and Rishi immediately reads it. For him it tells exactly this story. For us, we don't see it because we don't think in those terms. We just read people and seeking the divine. Agnim suktebhich, suuktebhich, vachobhich imahe. We seek for you with words of perfect expression. Imahe, we seek Agnim imahe, we seek Agni. Suktebhich, vachobhich, with perfect. Suukta means perfect expression. Yeah? And the later sukta means hymn, basically, in a post-Vedic literature. But in the Veda, it is still an adjective to vachas. Vachas is the word or the power of self-expression. By the power of self-expression, perfectly formulated suktebhich, we seek agnim, we seek the flame, the divine will within us. Yam sim id anye ilate, agni whom others also everywhere desire or seek with adoration. Anye ilate, anye others. So not only we, human beings, who seek here the divine manifestation, but all the creatures are seeking him, the divine here, without even knowing that they are seeking him. As Mother says, we all do yoga knowingly or unknowingly, because the nature is doing for us yoga. Nature is the yoga doer here. But we can speed up by becoming conscious. She created us, nature, to speed up the process of evolution. We become aware of the aim, and in that way, the evolution is speeding up in nature.
Vladimir, could you repeat that, please?
What? About nature?
The speeding part.
Yes, because nature will be doing it anyhow, whether we want it or not. We may resist, we may not do yoga, but nature will do it. Yeah, it will take long time. But she created humanity with mental being. Mental being, manas, manu, manushya, is the one who has the free mental will and can choose where to go, yeah, and how to go, and can build the whole life around it, around the aim, free will. So we can become whatever we want to become, as Sri Aurobindo says. He says about himself, I wasn't a philosopher. I made myself a philosopher. You remember this, yeah, statement of Sri Aurobindo. I wasn't a poet. I made myself a poet. You can make yourself whatever you want to be, and that is the free will. And nature created us as Vamadeva somewhere says, Aham Manura Bhavam. I became Manu. Manu means the person with the being with the free mental will, who can choose what to be, where to go, yeah? Choose his aim. So that is the nature's doing, that she may speed up her evolution of consciousness, because now she has the agent which is conscious and can do it. But in case we don't want to do it and resist and want to fall back into whatever, then she will do it anyhow. She will force us to do it. There will be all kind of disasters in nature as it is now, all kind of things which will push humanity to go in the right direction. Okay, next verse. Janaso agnim dadhire sahovridham avishmantach vidhemai te. Havishmantach vidhemate satvam no adya sumana iha vita bhava vajeshu santiya. Men hold Agni in them as the increase of strength. Janasach Agnim dadhire sahovridham. Sahas is the word of strength, of ridh, growing, the increase of strength. Janasach, interesting word, which is in a classical Sanskrit, jana means people or any creature, being. But it is from root jan, to be born. And it implies again, in another way, the same what we discussed with Vish, as the person who is born. Born means took the physical body. Yeah, it's not the personality which is beyond the physical. It's not the person in the subtle world. It is the person who is with the physical body. So the physically embodied beings hold within themselves dadhire agnim. They hold Agni within, sahovridham, who increases the strength. With offerings we dispose the sacrifice for thee. Havishmantach, our offerings. We come with offerings, bringing the offerings. Vidhemate, we dispose the sacrifice to thee. Vidh root is a Vedic word. To dispose the sacrifice, as Sri Aurobindo translates, is quite interesting translation from the point of view of the Sanskrit studies. For you we dispose our offering. Sattvam no adya sumanach iha vita. Do thou then become today to us perfect-minded sumanach, and our keeper here in our havings, iha avita. Avita is from root av, to, as we spoke, Avatumam in the mantra, as the one who grows from within and occupies all the inner spaces. Be the one who expands and occupies us from within, or our keeper here of all our havings. It's another way of saying it. The one who occupies the innermost and inner spaces within us. And Sumana with perfect mind for us today be, O Agni, Bhava be, Vajeshu Santia, O thou who art of the truth of being. But,
I have a question here, Vladimir.
yeah.
I was just thinking whether this Agni is also referring here to the psychic flame within us.
Yes, absolutely. We spoke about this in the previous sessions, that Agni is seen in two different aspects. One is Agni within the nature and Agni within the heart, flame within the heart. One is Yajatra, other is Idya. It was all about these two. Yeah? And one of them is Idya or Priya, the one who, beloved, who loves the divine. Yeah? And that is the psychic flame. And Mother says about this, that in the Veda, rishis did not know about this flame in the heart, but they discovered it, and it became their discovery. They knew about the flame in nature, which is pushing the whole nature forward. And that is the flame by which the evolution of consciousness is done by nature. But now, when we become Manushya, with free will, we discover that flame within the heart. And that flame now is hastening the evolution forward. Yeah? So not only flame in the nature, but also in the heart. Yes, Kinshuk.
Vladimir, I had a question about Videm. So its root meaning dispose. Can it also mean cast the offering, cast, sort of to throw?
Yeah, cast. Let me open for you the dictionary that you will see for yourself. It's actually a root vid. It's a Vedic root. It's not vidha as you found it. Yeah, most probably you found vidha. Let me open the dictionary that you may see. It's vidh, sixth class root. Yeah. We have it in many Vedic verses. Yeah, vidhati, this is the one. To worship, to honor God, to offer, to be gracious or kind. This is the type of, yeah.
Okay.
It's not vidha with long R, where it is
Oh.
distributing and establishing. But Sri Aurobindo holds that meaning still. That's why I said he is interestingly holding both meanings, because he knows that once the sound is kindred, that must be close to the same meaning of redistribution. Yeah. And from here, Vidhatri, the one, the creator who distributes all, Vidadhati, yes, who distributes all the meanings and all the things in the creation in their proper places. And yeah, from here,
No,
the
why
idea.
why I asked is because during the rites of these priests, they actually kind of sort of throw the thing into the fire. It's a kind of throwing action. So I had a bit of curiosity about that, whether that has any, what would that indicate or symbolize?
Yeah, it's Mohavik Juhoti. That is a word. Juhoti means making oblation, kind of pouring the, not so much casting as pouring. Yeah? Pouring the ghee, pouring the soma into the fire mainly. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Vladimir. I think that's fine.
All right. So this is Vid, sixth class root. And it is an optative, as you see, with hema, with the hair. So it is kind of. All right. Yeah.
Could you say something about the significance of perfect-minded? I think we've had a similar phrase before, and I think, does it have a special significance?
I think so. It is a constant epithet of Agni and some of the gods. And there is the whole term created in the Veda, sumati. Sumati is perfect mindedness or perfect mind. And sumati goes together with two other terms, pramati and anumati. Pramati, anumati, and sumati. They are kind of one group. And they have some relations, very interesting relations, where sumati may shine through, and we will understand what sumanas means. Later, sumanas means actually in the classical Sanskrit means the flower. It's kind of also interesting because Mother makes so much significance of the flowers as the most psychic expression in nature. Yes, so in that sense, it even fits in some way. But sumati is the combination of pramati and anumati. I wrote the whole article on sumati, by the way, on this. So pramati is something which is forward, thought forward, or aspiration, as it were, calling, moving forward, progressing, yes, kind of stepping forward, pragati. Yeah? Pragati is progress, even in Hindi. And pramati is kind of making a call, as it were. And anumati is the anumanta from here, the answer or answer to the call, sanction, which comes from this invocation. So from one side, there is aspiration, pramati, then anumati answers. And when these two come together, they build this sumati. So sumati is a perfect match or answer of the divine to the need in nature. It's that mind which perfectly unites both, the call and answer.
So could you call it intuition?
It is maybe, or it can be also in terms of intuition coming to us, but it has that perfect mentality of, I think, of the supramental consciousness, which is already matching both in the need of time, in time, in the need in time when that evolutionary need is arising, so that answers it. So it's a very loaded term, as you see. So he knows exactly what is required in the moment of time, and provides that help. He is with that perfect mentality.
Vladimir, that the mother wrote about Huta's arrival in Pondicherry. Can that be an example of this? Like how there's this story, she was in some other country somewhere and something happened, and then she, like the way she came to Pondicherry, there's a whole situation which arose and she also wanted it, and then then she
Huta.
became one of the great Huta, the paintings, the painter who has painted Savitri for mother.
Yeah, Huta had, Huta is the whole story. It's a big story. And interestingly, she called her Huta. Huta means offered. Yeah, it's a past participle, passive voice tense, something which is offered already. Kind of, not offering, but offered. So she made out of her painter. She wasn't a painter. She was, in that sense, she was not even talented, but mother made. She put all the consciousness into her, and then she announced her, Huta is the painter, she says somewhere. So, and if you see her paintings, they're childish like anything from the point of view of aesthetics of today, yes? But if you start looking closer and enlarge the paintings, we in Savitri Bhavan with Shraddhavan were so surprised because we made these digital paintings and then you enlarge them and you see how the flowers are painted with strokes. Everything, all the details are coming into life. You would not believe, it's like a magic of some kind.
It just
So-
carries a different consciousness, and it just when just looking at it itself, it feels like, I don't know, something happened, and it's just very opening up.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yes, these are very special paintings, but one has to grow into them. It's like Sunil's music or something. Not many people can respond to it immediately. Or Mother's organ music. You have to how to say, to tune yourself to the truth of some new kind, to this sumati. So we are familiar with Anumati, with Pramati, but with Sumati we are not very familiar. Coming back to Sumati, to Sumama. All right. Okay. Sattvam no adya sumanach iha vita. Sumanach, that perfectly matching our need and the sanction of the Supreme. Iha, here, means in us. Avita, growing and occupying our inner space. Bhavava jeshu, be in our plenitudes. Santya, O Santya, O thou who art of the truth of being. Those who are born here on earth, this is how I translate Janasah. And earth is important also. Janaha is creatures who are born on earth, not somewhere else, not on other planets. Those who are born here on earth have established and held the flame within themselves. Yes, it is by them that this flame, inner flame in the heart, is kindled, by the way. It is with their birth in the body that that inner flame can be kindled. For he is the one who grows by his own strength. The flame is growing. We have to kindle him, but he will be growing by his own strength. He will worship you. We will worship you with our offerings, vidhema, optative, so that you may grow in us today with your perfect mind as our protector here. Oh, bountiful. My translation, interpretation is a bit different, but it adds to Sri Aurobindo's. If you put them together, you will have some other angle a little bit, which is not contradictory, but adding or widening the scope of understanding. That's why I translate a bit different, just to have more scope for understanding. For example, Santya, he translates as the one who art of the truth of being. And bountiful is a traditional translation for Santya. If you compare these two, the truth of being, the one who possesses the truth of being, who is representative of the true being here, he is truly bountiful. Because the only truth actually is bountiful. Satyameva jayate, yes, only truth prevails. And this is something interesting about the truth. Truth is truly existent. It exists. Truth is not a creation of our mind or imagination of the preference. It is something which is the very core, the very meaning and the very foundation of our existence. And all deviations from truth are varieties and kind of, experiments and so on. But truth is something which defines all. Even the lie, even lying is defined by truth. Nobody says that he is lying. Yes? Everybody is trying to convince you that he is truthful, even in that way. So the truth is something we all look for, and it is bountiful, it is truthful, it is productive, because only truth is productive. Okay, pratva dutam vrenimahe hotaram vishvavedasam mahaste sato vicharanti archayach divis prishanti bhanavach. Thee we choose out for our messenger. Pratva dutam vrenimahe. This is very typical diction for the Veda. You may find these verses elsewhere, and not once. Pratva dutam vrenimahe hotaram vishvavedasam. These are like the formulas which are traveling from hymn to hymn. The priest of our offering who has universal knowledge, Vishvavedasam. When thou art greatened in thy being, thy flames arranged wide, thy lustres touch the heavens. Mahaste sato vicharanti archayach, archis, yeah, or archi. So I will read my interpretation and we'll go to the words. It is you whom we choose to be our messenger. For you are a priest of our offerings, invoking and bringing down the universal powers. Being the knower of all that exists in the universe, Vishvavedasam. Hotaram, I'm adding, bringing down the universal powers, because Hotar is the summoner of the universal powers of consciousness of the gods. When you grow vast, your flames shine wide. Your beams of light touch the heavens. Divi sprishanti bhanavach. Bhanu is this, the ray or the beam of light of Agni. Divi in heaven sprishanti bhanavach. Mahach te satach. These are all genitive cases. Of you great vicharanti archayach. The archayach, the flames, the rays, vicharanti, move vast in all directions. Vi. So we choose him as a messenger. We choose him as the one who invokes Hotar, who invokes the higher powers. In us, there is a messenger. We choose him. It is our flame in the heart, which is aspiring towards the higher consciousness, the higher powers. And he calls them down, brings them down. And he is also the one who knows all of them. Yeah. He is the knower of all that exists in this universe, Vishvavedasam. He is the knower of the universe, actually. He is Jata Vedas. He is the knower of all who are born here, Jata. And he is Vishvavedas. By the way, I have to say something about this. Jata Vedas and Vishvavedas, these are two terms, two epithets of Agni. Jata Vedas, the one who knows, who discovers, not discovers, knows, discovers is the wrong one, obtains, let us say, the one who is born in the body, And Vishva is the word which means the universe, or the universal, or everyone, all. So, and this is also from root vish, and that is interesting. Vishvas. I think the one who has vish, the one who has those who entered, who has the peoples, who has the bringers of light into this manifestation. And I think it could be at least interpreted etymologically Vishva also from Vish or Vishvas, either or. Let me check with the dictionary. It could be interesting to see how it is. Vishva. Most probably they will mention it. Vish, probably from Vish also. They think that it is probably. So if it is from Vish, yeah, then it is very interesting, because it means that Vishva as the universe, or everyone, all, contains that there are those who entered it. Yeah? It's the container for all, etymologically. So Vishvaveda, the one who knows the container with all those who entered it. Yeah? And Jata Vedas is the one who knows all who are born here in the body. So it's kind of the same synonyms in a way. Archayach, interesting word, arch. This is from here, arka, the sun, and also arka and arch, rich, rig Veda, yes? It is from this root, rich. It means to flame with the word, flaming with the word. So to say, shining with self-expression, because the word is nothing but expression of the inner consciousness. Yeah? And that flaming means shining or becoming luminous with inner self-expression. You can see how all these words, Vedic words, they come closer and closer to the very idea of expression of the divine consciousness. And later they deviate and become separate words, losing their kind of deeper meaning. With this arka, arch, rich, we can say many more words, of course. From here, Rigveda, rik, rich, yes. From here, rickshaw. Rickshaw is not this rickshaw which is running, but rickshaw as the bear, yeah, and big bear constellation, rickshaw, it is she, this big bear constellation which points to Dhruvam, to the polar star, and polar star is the center of our galaxy, actually, yes. And so seven stars of this big bear constellation are considered to be 7 rishis, Purva Rishaya. And in the Chandogya, they speak that the one moves beyond 7 rishis to the transcendental, to this beyond 7 stars, so to say. So riksha, from here, Arctus. Arctus in Greek is bear. Yeah. From here, Arctica. Arctica, it's because of bear. White bear is there, you know. Quite amazing if you kind of start digging into etymology, how everything is connected. Yeah, so this archayach here have so much meaning. These flaming, luminous expressions of consciousness.
Was there a tradition that ancient rishis came from the Arctic?
Yes, Arctic home of Aryans. Yes, Tilak, the book of Tilak, which actually Sri Aurobindo spoke very highly about. Tilak was a great scholar. He knew Sanskrit so well. He read Taittiriya Samhita, and from Taittiriya Samhita, he took the evidence of the timing when the Vedas were composed, and he says it was 6000 BC according to those constellations, because he was Jyotishi. According to those constellations, he calculated the time when Taittiriya Samhita, some hymns of Taittiriya Samhita were composed, and it was 6000 BC. And if Taittiriya Samhita is 6000 BC, you can imagine what Rigveda Samhita is about. Because there are no verses from Taittiriya in the Rigveda, but there are all the verses of Rigveda in Taittiriya. So Rigveda must be much older even than more than 6,000 BC. So our timing is very approximate about this literature. Okay. I think we are coming to the end. Maybe I will stop here. We have a few minutes to discuss. Maybe you have some questions or some ideas or something. I will stop projecting. Otherwise, I'm only inspiring myself to talk. Funny. Well, these hymns are so inspiring. Every word, every thought, every composition, it is so precise. Nothing extra, nothing, casual, nothing decorative. Everything is meaningful, everything in its right place. No wonder that for over thousands of years it was preserved. Yes, Kinshak.
Vladimir, this Jata Vedas and Vishwa Vedas, could it have some connection with oops, sorry, with Sri Aurobindo's discussion about individual and the universal? I mean, the Jata Vedas standing
Could
for the
be.
individual.
Could be
And the
a very good
Vishwa.
idea. A very good idea. I love it. Yes. Jata Vedas is more related to the embodiment and to taking the body as individual. And Vishwa Vedas is more of all the souls, all those sun-eyed pioneers, yes, who are there somewhere in the universe, who come down and take the body. Once they take the body, he is Jata Vedas. Before they take the body, or as the souls in the group souls, they have Vishvaveda. He is Vishvaveda. Very nice. Good. Yeah, could be. It sounds very probable in the frame thinking, in the thinking framework of the rishis. Yes, it is very probable that's the intuition of the rishis. They operate on this level. Their thinking.
This text that you have is in the background now, or the one that you had before with the transliteration. Is that something that we can get?
Yes, definitely. Yeah, I can. I send you the hymns to the mystic fire, by the way.
Well, I've been getting. I
will send again.
I'll go over this. But I'm wondering, what is the little accent sign over some of the vowels in the transliteration?
Okay. Yes, there are no accent in transliteration. If you look here, wait a minute, I will project. We have transliteration with accentuation. Yeah? Here we are, you see. Pra tva dutam vrenimahe hotaram vishvavedasam. This is the proper morphological accent in the words, yeah? Udatta. This is udatta marked in the in
Oh, okay. So it's the udatta for the recitation, as opposed to the anudatta.
Anudatta.
Yeah.
Yes, so
Ah.
Anudatta, Udatta, and Svarita, they are Anudatta and Svarita are marking Udatta. So in the transliteration, we have only Udatta, yeah, marked.
Oh, okay. So the
In the
udatta and the svarita and the anudatta got dropped.
yes, they are not marked in the
Okay.
transliteration, but
Right.
in the Devanagari, just the opposite. Udatta is not marked, but Svarita and Anudatta.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Somehow it disappeared again from this, but it is here. You can see it here. They should be all of them here. Yes, here they are.
Yeah.
I do not know why these Anudattas disappeared, because they are too low for this script.
So you had to copy and paste to make those.
Yeah, when I copied and pasted, then they disappeared.
Okay. Thank you.
So you can go back to this if you want to see Anudatta.
Right.
Yeah, that's it. All right. Okay, then I will close with a mantra. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santo Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschit Dukha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Hari Om. Namaste.
Vladimir, I'm going to see Shakti's concert tomorrow.
Oh, lovely. So nice. You're in Auroville?
I'm in Pondicherry now. I was in Oroville yesterday. Tomorrow I'll be in Oroville.
Oh, nice.
I will see you on your behalf, is why I'm telling you. Don't miss.
Lovely, lovely. Thank you. Thank you. Tell me afterwards what you think.
Okay.
All right. See you. Bye.